Hello friends, how are you doing today? So in this video, we are going to see the AI infusion across different layers of architecture. Okay, so when it comes to large language model, we have seen about ChatGPT, Bard, all those AI models that are specific to the large language model. That means like you give some input, it get the input and it process the input and it will give you an output, right? But more than that, if you are an enterprise and you have multiple layers like infrastructure layer, platform layer, application layer, all those layers must be infused with AI tools and AI technology so that you can reap the benefit of AI completely. Okay, so I just wanted to share a couple of slides, and you can see what are all the things that we are going to cover in this video, and we'll go from there. Okay, so hope you can see my screen. So this is a typical hybrid cloud architecture. Any enterprise can host this type of architecture for fulfilling the customer's need and enterprise's need, right? So if you look at the bottom layer, this is the infrastructure layer. It can be IBM Z or Windows or Linux or whatever it may be, right? And it can be a public cloud service provider like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, or any type of cloud. And on top of the infrastructure, you can have the platform. The platform may be your on-premises private cloud platform, or any platform that can support in your public cloud, or it can be a platform that can support your private cloud and public cloud, um, called as like hybrid cloud platform. And on top of that platform, you will install your applications, and some of the applications are customer facing applications that can be hosted on the public cloud, and some of the applications are very sensitive data applications. Those applications can be hosted in your private cloud or on premises data center. Okay, so this is a typical enterprise hybrid cloud architecture where your applications can run either in the public cloud or private cloud. Okay, so now when it comes to infusing AI, I just wanted to start with infrastructure layer first. You can infuse AI anywhere. If you want to infuse AI infrastructure, you can do it. If you want to infuse AI tools and technologies on the platform layer, you can do it. And if you want to infuse AI tools and technologies on your application layer, whether it is running in the public cloud or private cloud, you can infuse anywhere. There is no restriction on that. But in this video, what we are going to do, we are going to see how we can infuse the AI tools in the infrastructure layer, and what are all the key functionalities of infrastructure layer, and how any AI infusion will help your organization to achieve and reap most benefit out of these AI tools and technologies. Okay, and if you look at this bottom blue box here, I highlighted the key functionalities of infrastructure. For example, resource optimization, predictive maintenance, traffic optimization, capacity planning, security monitoring. So these are all the key functionalities of infrastructure. So if you are an enterprise and running a lot of applications and platform on the infrastructure, you currently be focusing on all these functionalities, either manually or semi-automatically or fully automatically. You will be doing all these activities. Okay, but if you infuse AI in all these activities, as an organization, you will reap a lot of benefits. Okay, so let's pick one by one and see what exactly it means. Okay, so let's take predictive maintenance first. I created a couple of diagrams here to explain. So this is the predictive maintenance AI infusion. That means like you are going to infuse AI tools and technologies with infrastructure that will help you to achieve the predictive maintenance better. Okay, so let's take a typical architecture where your infrastructure is built with multiple CPUs, memory, and storage, and you are running your application on the Linux OS, and you want to predict the maintenance activities of the infrastructure. Okay, so for that, when you infuse AI, basically what happens, there are built-in AI tools available in the market. You can just purchase and then use those kind of tools. Or if your organization has the capacity or skill to create your own AI algorithms or AI tools, you can create and install in the infrastructure layer for achieving this predictive maintenance. Okay, so when you do this, what happens? The AI tool will use the data available in the infrastructure. So, what kind of data available in the infrastructure? Your system logs, your applications logging mechanism that is going to sit on the OS layer, right? And you may have like a lot of informations available in the infrastructure layer where you will infuse this AI and use those data and collect the data, organize the data, analyze the data, and infuse AI algorithms. And after infusing it, you can predict what is going to happen in the future. Okay, the data is the key here. It's not like ChatGPT or bot here. It's a pure AI algorithm that will analyze your data. It's different data types, different from different data sources, right? It will analyze, and in case if any issue happens, like for example high CPU occurred and that crashed your system, that will be predicted by collecting and analyzing the data available in your infrastructure. And also, there are certain AI models you can create and train, and so that you can input the data and predict the output and see like what is going to happen in the future. And also, there are certain tools available. You can plug it in that comes with sensors, and those sensors will analyze and predict what's going to happen in the future in your infrastructure. Okay, and second key functionality is resource optimization. So what exactly the resources are here? When it comes to infrastructure, the resources are like CPU, memory, storage unit, all those stuffs, right? So for your application to run fine and for your platform to run fine, these resources should be healthy, right? So when it comes to resource optimization, what exactly it means? Suppose if your application is consuming high CPU and if it is taking more storage, so those areas you must have AI tools or technologies to automate creating additional CPUs and automate creating additional storage, automate creating additional spaces for optimizing your workloads, right? And also, if there is any demand happens, what exactly it means? Suppose if your workload is consuming additional CPUs and it will predict there will be a future demand of additional couple more CPUs required. So the AI tools will help you to predict and provide those CPUs required for running your workload fine, right? And also, when it comes to security, in your infrastructure, there are a lot of traffic, like network traffic happens, and your tool, the technology, AI tools and technology must be in a position to find out what are all the malwares or vulnerabilities happening in the network traffic and identify it, and it has to create incident or manage that vulnerabilities perfectly. Okay, and also it has to improve the customer services by addressing all these infrastructure problems so that your customer service management team will focus only on addressing the customer's problem. And next key functionality is traffic optimization, like resource optimization focusing on CPU, storage, memory, all those stuffs. The traffic optimization focusing on like network traffic. Your enterprise infrastructure may have multiple networks, multiple flow of data through different networks, and in that case, you must optimize the network properly. If your full bandwidth is happening only on one particular network, there are chances to get that network crash, right? So to avoid those things, you can collect the data flowing through the network, analyze it, and just streamline the data through different networks by load balancing it and distributing the load across different networks, right? So If you look at this traffic optimization functionality, um, the AI tool can collect the data from different networks, and by using the sensors and store it into the database, and AI tools and algorithm whatever you created use the data to analyze and then optimize the network traffic. Okay, and also there are some forecasting mechanisms, forecasting algorithm available in AI tools. It can be created by you or readily available tool like Instana or Turbonomics will help you to achieve these functionalities very perfectly. Okay, and also if the traffic is not going through different networks properly, we can use the AI tool to optimize it. And security, we saw in the previous diagram, right? If there are any vulnerabilities happening in your network, your AI can predict it, manage it, and it can create incident, and automatically it can solve the problem too, right? So those level of tools and technologies available in the market, you can get those softwares and install in your infrastructure and get benefit out of them. Okay, so next to that is capacity planning. So basically the capacity planning is similar to the resource optimization, where your resource optimization will predict what capacity is needed for your workload to run in future during the high volume days, so that you can plan the capacity of the infrastructure resources well ahead. And the last one is security monitoring. So we covered the security monitoring in these key functionalities like predictive maintenance, resource optimization, and traffic optimization. But there are certain tools, AI-infused security tools like QRadar, Verify, all those tools produced by IBM are available in the market, so that you can just get and infuse in your infrastructure layer to address all your security needs in the infrastructure layer. Okay, so this is about how we can infuse AI in the infrastructure layer, and what are all the key functionalities in the infrastructure layer that can be infused with artificial intelligence. Okay, so in the upcoming video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create videos for infusing the AI tools and technology on the hybrid layer or hybrid cloud layer, and followed by that we will see what are all the key functionalities available for infusing AI in the application layer. So altogether, we will understand what are all the key functionalities of infrastructure layer, what are all the key functionalities of platform layer, and what are all the key functionalities of application layer, and how you can infuse artificial intelligence on all these layers, and what are all the readily available tools to achieve this, or how you can create your own tool to infuse the AI technology on all these layers. Okay, if you like this video, give a thumbs up and share it to your friends so that they will also get benefit out of it. Take care. Bye.